Hey guys, welcome to another episode of in-depth lyrical analyzing on Euphoria Media. I am your host for today. Lakeside is not here. I'm Adib Sigbenga. You can call me T-Grams. And today, we're not going to be talking about Ashake. We are going to be talking about Naira Marley. And it's funny, Naira Marley, that's the general of the Malians crew, is also one of the top artists here in Nigeria, doing well. He has a couple of other talented artists on his record label, and he also does most of his songs in Yoruba language. So for you watching, if you don't know what Yoruba language is, which I doubt, because Google is a friend, Yoruba language is actually a language from one of the ethnic group, majority of the ethnic group in Nigeria, one of the majority ethnic group. We have three ethnic groups, majority in Nigeria: Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba. So Yoruba is one of the majority ethnic groups, and Nigeria has over 300 ethnic groups. I stand to be corrected. So most of Afrobeat artists are Yorubas, and most of them, they like to do some of their songs in Yoruba language. We call it Abinibi. Abinibi in Yoruba language is the culture that's inborn. So on this channel, you will always see us talk more and analyze lyrics on Yoruba songs, Afrobeats in Yoruba language. So stay tuned and don't go anywhere. Today we are doing Naira Marley Koleye lyrics. So we're going to be explaining what he actually means in that song, and I hope you like it. So let's go.
This is dedicated to all the people we lost during the peaceful protests.
Lift keys.
So the entrance of the song, actually very interesting beats by Nifkeys. Shout out, bro. So most of what Naira Marley is saying there are slangs on the street in Nigeria. Then I'll do my best to actually make it simple for you to understand. So let's go. So he said Toba 4 Otifoko. So on the street, there are slangs like Mafo. Mafo means don't be scared. So what Naira Marley is saying there is, if you are scared, you fumbled. So he on the second line he said Toba fuck up Otishaye. So now you see the way he was able to twist it. Don't be scared. But at the same time, don't fuck up, because when you fuck up, Otishaye. So Shaye there means you've offended people, or you offend someone if you fuck up. So he said Kilo Kanye. Kilo Kanye means who cares? So he said Ojoju Aye Otufe Shaye. So Joju Aye there means you actually how would I put it now? you are disrespectful to some people and you expect to enjoy, and Naira Marley is telling you it's not possible. So you see where you could now understand that it's all street words. He said you're fucking with the street. Sorry for using the F language. So he made his intention clear there, that the street is actually going to, get rid of you if you do that. So guess who set you up? And I think Naira Marley here is talking about the girls on the street. There are actually a lot of girls on the street there. So he's saying girls will actually, fuck you up. So he said the guys too, after you've offended everyone, and they will start looking for you, and the guys and the girls, they will all deal with you. So he said, Tobawa Omawa. What that simply means, I said earlier, these are all street jargon. Malo wow, you get it? So in Yoruba language, when they are telling you on the streets, Malo wow, they're just trying to put a caution to tell you, see, if you think you are difficult to handle, we have it, it's on ground, a lot of trouble. It's on ground for you. So it's just like a caution. So let's go. So he said, Toba be on my bear. So, even for people living in Nigeria that are from other ethnic group or tribe, they find Yoruba language very funny, conspicuous, and the way it's arranged can be confusing at times. Someone is saying Toba be on my bear. It's the same thing. It's trying to say this different thing using the same word. Bear, Toba bear. That's if you jump too much, you're going to bear. That means they are going to cut you. You can see them in the video. They are all holding cutlasses and daggers.
Toba wa on my wife, Toba bear on my bed, Toba gba on my guy, Toba ja on my jack.
So when they say mabe, means don't pass your boundary in Yoruba language, and sometimes that's literally, but on the shallow level, when they say be, that's jump. So it's saying don't jump, like don't pass your boundary. If you pass your boundary, Oma bear means they are going to actually cut you. So he said to back down on my guy. it's very, Naira Marley is talented. To back on my guy. People living in Lagos now, when you let them, if you give them the opportunity, you're going to be ripped. That's what it simply means. If you give them the chance, you are actually going to get scammed. So to back on my guy. Let's go. So he said to ja on my jai. So ja on the streets means someone who is smart. So if you appear to be smart, so more smart people are actually going to, they're actually going to give you more knowledge on how to, behave on the street.
Fuck that shit, like that shit. Fuck that shit, me I like that shit. How many boys don't die for the street? How many boys don't blow for the street?
So you see the whole intention of the song. It's now telling you, fuck that shit, I like that shit, it's all street jargon. It's now asking those who care to know how many boys have died on the streets. Actually, there are a lot of guys that have died on the street. How many girls, some are locked up, they're in jail, and Naira Marley simply says they can't understand, which is the truth in that song. They can't understand. Because when you look at the torso and the sweat of guys on the street, a lot of people are actually chasing money. They have good intention from the inception, but along the way, you know, life happens. You got caught up and, you know, probably by the law or died in line of duty, active line of duty. So, Naira Marley. So there, he said Omode Dogbon Kiku is actually a Yoruba proverb for how am I going to put that now? So Tomodeba Dogbon Kiku Agba no ma Dogbon Sisin. That's if a child, you know, seems to not want to obey your instruction, an elderly person would actually know how to get the child to do what they want him or her to do. So now from telling you from his first stanza, warning all those people who care to know that they should stay clear. Now he's in his second stanza, he's referring to people who are actually adamant, who are not listening to that instruction, and all those who cares to know or wishing him bad to know that this year you're doing, you know, that's you would celebrate with me even in the presence of his enemy. So he's telling them there, okay, you can bet it with me. You didn't listen to my warning, or you are not staying clear from my track. You are actually going to celebrate with me. And celebrating here is actually not like celebrating. It's like David in the Bible, where it says the Lord has set his meal on a table where his enemies are sitting down, you know, in the presence of his enemy. Not like the enemy is going to dine with him. You're going to wash in jealousy while Naira Marley, you know, is successful. So let's go. So he said there that you can bet it with him, he's going to be successful, and those who are mocking him are actually going to come back to apologize, or those who thought he wouldn't make it. When you look at it deep down lyrically, you'd see that he's actually speaking to some set of people. You know, a couple of years ago, he released this track in 2020. He had issues with some law enforcement agency, you know, and we don't know what is happening in his circle that would have actually provoked him to come out with this track. But he's been able to embed a lot of lyrics using Yoruba language to actually warn his enemies that he's on the track to be successful, and if you are going to stop him, he has warned you in the first stanza, and if you do not, he's actually on his track to be successful no matter what. So Talele, Kilele is also a street slang. Talele, who is this? Kilele, what is this? So you know that now.
Talele, kilele, talele, kilele, talele, kilele, talele, go man. Talele, kilele, talele, kilele, talele, talele, go man.
So that's another chap on there. So he's calling his enemies now. He's like, you know, when you watch the video, they actually apprehended the guy, and you know they were looking at him. So So what follows the Weredomo is just a street slang saying, calling someone a crazy or a fool. That okay, this fool knows money, and not like he's surprised that oh, this person knows money. It's just like, oh, so you know that this is a good thing, right? And you don't want it to happen. So that's just what that means there. So that's another street word. Omase. Omase is a street slang, you know, in Lagos for someone who is supposed to be smart and is not smart. So they call them Omase. So he said Omase Omogun Pelefo. Yoruba language is, you know, thick and deep. Omogun Pelefo. That's, you don't know it's sham. You're calling it vegetable. So Naira Marley here is saying Omase. That's someone who is supposed to be intelligent and is not intelligent. He saw herbs and he's calling it vegetables. So now you understand what Naira Marley is saying there. So let's go. So now Naira Marley is saying his creed. You know, in the first standard they are said to about 4 to fuck up. To about to fuck up with the shy. So he said, thou shalt not fall. So from the first standard is saying his creed now. So in his creed, Naira Marley is not expecting his soldiers to actually shake whenever they are in the presence of trouble. So he's asking a question there. So for the Muslim brothers, they know what salamo means. So there's no way you can make worship, you know, without salamo. So Naira Marley is a Muslim, obviously. So it's passing the message. So there, Naira Marley is saying his creed: thou shalt not fall. Toba fall, you're gonna fall. Toba fall, you're gonna fall. That's actually an incredible gift there, rhyming in Yoruba and English together. Toba fall, you know, from the first stanza he has said that I shouldn't fall. Toba fall to fuck up. Now he's saying Toba to fall, you're gonna fall. So falling here might mean two things. Falling might mean, okay, the normal summary of falling down, or die. So on the street, if you are filled with fear, you're gonna die. That's what Naira Marley is telling you. Okay, Shole Kirun Lai Salamo. Naira Marley is obviously a Muslim, and for our Muslim brothers, said Shole Kirun Lai Salamo. He's asking a question there. So we go ahead. So he's there warning his enemies that if they come, he's going to do them something. We actually don't know what Naira Marley is going to do to his enemies, but he's telling them, he's warning them, sternly, that if they're going to come, they are going to get something. So entering, that's the chorus again that they can't understand, you know. So I think we're going to the last this thing now. So he said, Kinshe Mugbo Muya. So it's actually called Mugbo Muya, but Naira Marley in his own way now he said Kinshe Mugbo Muwa. So Mugbo Muwa is, you are not invited to an event and you grace the event with your presence. Naira Marley is telling you now that he is not such person. He is invited to the crime scene or maybe the trouble front. So when you see what followed, he said that he left Fiwepewa. So you've invited trouble to your doorstep. So he's not just there by mistake. So Naira Marley is telling you that you are the one that invited trouble. After he has warned you from his first and second standard, you're not heeding to the warning. So now you've invited trouble to your doorstep. So that's those are proverbs there. So for those that grew up, while growing up, we used to have this play in the sounds then, where they say Baba mi o le be, Iya mi o le be. That means my dad cannot jump, my mom cannot jump, my sisters and my brothers cannot jump. I am the only one that can jump. So literally now, Naira Marley is telling you after you brought trouble to he's brought trouble to your doorstep that even your dad, your mom, and your sisters, they can't, they can't jump, and you are the one that can jump, right? So, he said, Olaf Ikushiri, you're playing with death, and he's asking, Boya Lomadili, if you're actually going to get home. So, we actually don't know who Naira Marley is, talking to here. So he said, he's going back here, that if he comes to your doorstep, so he mentioned his crew's name, KPK. I think Mohbad sang about KPK and Agegewa and the rest of them. So he's giving you another warning that if Tomba Kaya Mobe is another slang on the street in Lagos. Kaya Mobe, or you get it. Don't, in a plain sentence, what that means is, don't let them, catch your mom there. But that is not the meaning. It's just a warning. Kaya Mobe here is, don't let them meet you there. So that is another proverb in there. It said, if you are crying, you should see to batin sokungo mariro. This Koleye is filled with so many. It cut across people of his age range and those that are actually older than him. That's why I said earlier, we don't know who had provoked Naira Marley to come up with these lyrics. So he's saying here now that Onshik before Molomo, that you are swearing for another man's son or daughter. So he's saying there, he's trying to plead to you that is swearing for another man's son or daughter that, okay, you are jesting because of my present condition. You don't know what will befall you yourself. So I think from my own view, all this I encompassed from the experience he had way back from his detention, maybe while he was in court, and the rest. Probably some people had said some things to him, and artists find solace in their song. That is how they can express themselves. So So now he's back to his street too. After telling you in a subtle way that, oh, you are swearing from me, and you know you don't know what will happen to your own kid tomorrow. So Naira Marley here is saying, one man, no? That means leave that place, or you're going to Faramono. And you know, if you don't leave the fire and you catch fire, you know what happens when you catch fire? That's trouble. Can we just be done with this? You know, so many warnings in that song. In this song, you know, he said, after warning you to stay away from the fire, now, and your head now catches fire, Naira Marley is not going to extinguish it. He's actually going to eat your head with a wood. So, so Naira Marley is telling you now that, okay, after I warned you not to stay close to the fire, and you have stayed close to the fire now, and the fire gets you burnt, you know, he's going to actually eat a wood on your head. And he said, Shibolo ni were. That's another street slang there, you know, like Shoni were. Are you crazy? Not like, are you crazy now? It means the other way around. If you say Shoni were, that means are you strong enough to, you know, withstand my own craziness, you know? And he said there that Egba Mani Okowere, you know, Egba Mani Okowere means when you see someone who is crazy, when you hold a cane, you know, the crazy person is going to run away. So this brings us to the end of Koleye by Naira Marley. So you can understand clearly now. Koleye, for those that are asking online, you know, those that are living outside Nigeria, and even those that are in Nigeria, are wondering what Naira Marley was saying in that song. That song was a clear warning to his enemies that he has enough trouble. So please stay out of trouble with Naira Marley. Well, we're going to draw the curtain here today. Till I come your way next time, I am Benga, and keep watching Euphoria.